we could hear the fire. And it came so quick.
Firestorm hit the Shuswap region northeast of Kamloops with no warning.
You know, when I told you guys I was to come down here, I had mixed feelings about it. You know, when the realization came that the fire was coming towards us, we thought we still had time. That's when I asked my wife to leave, and as she was leaving, the fire hit us. And I only had time to holler at my brothers, and there was only about 20 meters from us to the river. As we got down, the fire went over us. We could hear the explosions, boom, boom, boom. And that was the houses going up. In about 10 minutes, the fire went up Squalix Mountain. One of my brothers says, let's go to the bridge. We ended up sitting down there, wetting our t-shirts and that, and using them to breathe through for a while. And me and my brothers, we knew we might not make it. That's when my wife phoned me. When she asked where we were, I told her we're under the bridge. And she asked, well, what are you guys gonna do? We don't know. We don't know if we're gonna make it. 45 minutes or more. It was just completely smoke. And we could see a spotlight coming. So we started hollering and that, and they came and they parked. We climbed on that day, and so we pushed off, and then we went downstream, and this whole thing was on fire.
First time I came to the Adams River was in 1990. I was a student at BCIT, and I've been bringing friends and family here since my kids were born. They are in their early 20s now, but they've been coming to the Adams River pretty much every year since they can remember. We've brought grandparents here, we've brought relatives from overseas, and people are amazed to come and see the spectacle of all of the salmon at the Adams River. It's one of the few places that I've ever been where you can drive down a paved road into a provincial park, walk out to the river, and in a peak cycle year, get up close and personal with millions of spawning sockeye salmon.
One of my first memories of the sockeye salmon in this area was just my mom and dad bringing me up to look at the Adams River run. Just seeing so much, just why is this river all red?
We used to have forest fires when I was young, but you know, they were natural. These now and that are becoming so volatile and aggressive that there's no stopping it. In my lifetime, I've seen extremely stable runs you can depend on every year. Now, everybody hopes that some salmon will come back.
If there were no salmon coming back here, it would be disheartening for all of our community. Salmon means everything to us as a family, as a community. This is our food group that we depend on. It's just part of our traditional food that we've always had.
So the first thing that you worry about when you hear about fire coming into communities is the people. You know, for me, I couldn't help but also think of the rivers and streams. Since I've been coming here, this has always been forest. And you could see the fire came right down the valley. It burnt from the valley bottom all the way up to the top of the mountain and took out, you know, everything that was living here. The small tributaries that come in are going to be hot. The river itself is probably going to warm up. It's really going to be a big change in this valley. Pacific Salmon Foundation was here at the start of this project. At the time, the chief, James Toma, was worried about the state of this river. What the river does naturally is it braids out. Usually it forms several channels. But what's been happening over the last 2 or 3 decades, the river's been shifting from multiple channels to one channel, and we've been losing a lot of spawning habitat for sockeye, for Chinook, and for coho. So the project that is happening now in partnership with First Nation, DFO, and others is trying to restore some of that natural channel complexity and let the river energy redistribute from one channel into many channels, essentially use the river's natural energy, use natural process to help restore that habitat.
What we're doing here is adding wood back into the system. The system is going to use that complexity to create their habitat. And that's what it's a natural-based process. We want to give it the complexity that it needs so that it can create the habitats that fish need. Each partner all bring unique and important ideas and information in terms of progressing forward. And I really don't think these projects exist without those type of collaborations.
Climate change is real, and you really see it right now in a place like this. We're standing in an area that 4 years ago was fully forested. Instead, I'm standing on a floodplain that the fire burned right through. People who are used to coming to the Adams River, they'll be shocked if they come here and see what it looks like now. We as a society need to think about how do we help salmon endure these changes? How do we help the river and the habitat be more resilient to support that diversity of salmon?
What excites me about the Lower Adams Restoration Project is just building that habitat. They're not only building that for them, it's also for the people. People from around the world want to see this run, and it just gets me excited to also see the collaboration and how we can mesh together and use Western ideas with traditional knowledge and just give a lot of people hope for the salmon.
This is their place to come spawn. This is their home, and their babies are going to come back here. That's the importance of our restoration project, for the salmon.
What we're seeing here in this valley with this tremendously devastating fire and the changes in the landscape is going to be part of that story of salmon resilience. This river is going to change. I think for the future of salmon, the recipe needs to be everybody working together. The efforts that we can make to mitigate the effects of these fires, to do things to restore the habitat, and can work with the ability of salmon to adapt and respond, to have them be healthy and sustainable for years to come. Some populations have had tremendous returns beyond anybody's expectations, and that's what salmon can do when they get the right conditions from nature and the right help from people.
The exciting part of it is that something's happening. Something actively done in the river to improve the spawning beds and everything, the habitat and that. What I'm hoping for, is the stabilization of the runs. I'd love to see that back again.